Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing today? Well, today is the 29th and it's Sean's birthday. So happy birthday, honey. That's why this is a late upload. So, a few things before we get started. Coffee as usual. Maybe some chocolate because you just never know with me. So, I spoke to my mechanic today, okay? He went to Sam's today before he opened up shop. They're putting limits now. So it's begun. Yeah, it's begun around here. I've been hearing from you guys that they started putting limits on things, but we weren't seeing the limits put on things around here. But they started putting limits on things now. It's insane. I didn't think we would see it here, but now we're seeing it. And I was just at Sam's about a week and a half ago. There were no limit signs up, but now there's limit signs up as of today. So now's the time to really buckle down, guys, okay? Also, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, okay, you know all of the important links will always be in the description box below, okay? If you live in the Tampa Bay area and you need any car parts or work done on your car, okay, get a hold of my mechanic. He'll, even if you can't get to him, he's got a towing service, okay? He'll come get you, okay? Just use my code, ABG, all right? And he'll help you significantly. Like I've said previously, he's one of us, okay? Consumer car care. You can't go wrong, really, honestly. Also, now is the time to really get our preps in order, okay? Know what you have so you know where your gaps are, okay? I've been using Prepper Nerd's inventory system. It is phenomenal. His link is also in the description box below. Use my code, okay? He's also got a channel that helps with explaining everything, okay? Even if you're still having trouble, email him, okay? When I tell you, phenomenal, okay? Mike is a great guy, and he's a friend, and he's one of us. These people can be trusted, okay? So, I've been hearing a lot about this BlackRock, right? And yesterday was my dad's birthday. So generally, obviously, I'm going to call my dad. What's the first thing out of my dad's mouth? Thanks, Jips, for the happy birthday. Did you hear about this? About the BlackRock. Yes, Dad, I heard about it. And a lot of you have been talking about it as well. So let's discuss, okay? So I found a few articles on it. I'll leave both of those links in the description box below so you can see the references that I'm using so you can use them as your own references as well, all right? So home buyers in the United States, okay, we know that there's a housing bubble going on, okay? I've been hearing a lot of talk locally that people are selling their houses and these people are showing up and saying, I'll give you $30,000 more than what you're asking for. And there's bidding wars going on and on and on and on and on. And you're like, well, what's really going on, right? So my father yesterday said that there was a housing development in Texas, I believe, where this BlackRock went in and bought the entire housing development for like billions of dollars. And I'm like, what? What are you saying, Dad? So, home buyers in the United States have found difficulties acquiring single-family homes. After the year-long business shutdowns and shut-ins that followed the Rona, okay? It seems there's a new wave of home buyers in the United States. The real estate market, with buyers stemming from hedge funds, pension funds, clearinghouses, financial service companies. And the weight of real estate property under the U.S. banking system's wings today has analysts and economists very concerned about the next financial crisis. And Wall Street bankers are buying up all of these single-family homes in the U.S. It's a new breed of buyers. They pay 20% above the asking price. And it's like, well, why? What makes you so special that you know what I'm saying? So while the U.S. government and the Federal Reserve have told American citizens the nation's economy is hunky-dory, right? Investigators looking at statistics know something is not right. The public is well aware that the U.S. Central Bank increased its monetary supply more in 2020 than any year prior in the country's history. Following the infamous Black Thursday on March 12, 2020, people might assume U.S. mega banks are carrying mountains of USD. Be that as it may, what really is going down is the Federal Reserve and the American banking cartel currently sits on top of massive heaps of mortgages, land titles, and an itch for single-family homes. Now, something is up in the land of U.S. real estate, as data and a number of opinion editorials show that the Federal Reserve and U.S. mega banks are seemingly manipulating the market. Mainstream media has been reporting on the real estate market going haywire with demand, but experts on social media are digging further. A constitutionalist commentator on Twitter, dubbed Cultural Husbandry, has been discussing this subject alongside journalist Tim Pool on the YouTube channel Timcast IRL. I just got denied a loan for a single-family home, Pool said to his 815,000 Twitter followers. I kind of think the market is rigged right now. It makes absolutely no sense. My credit is extremely high. My income is also very high. But they said my credit was too low, which is absolutely not true. What's creepy is that all this talk about firms buying up houses on the spot in cash. I'm fortunate enough that I don't need a loan to buy a house, so I can just walk past them. But what about any other working class person? And the host of Timcast IRL further added, what if BlackRock is quietly bailing out banks? Tons of mortgages, unpaid, because of the shut-ins, and they are covering up all these bad loans. Makes you think. So, the real estate market has people worried that the banking cartel may try to pull another financial disaster, as they did back in FDR's day and during the financial crisis of 2008. Some have been speculating that the real estate bubble in 2020 and into 2021 is the start of the global elite's Great Reset agenda. And while many think the Great Reset is merely a conspiracy theory, it's not. The U.S. property market indicates the likeliness of a possible future where you own nothing and you'll be happy. How many times have we said that? The constitutionalist commentator, Cultural Husbandry, believes this is the case. BlackRock is buying every single family house they can find, paying 20 to 50% above asking price and outbidding normal home buyers. Why are corporations, pension funds, and property investment groups buying entire neighborhoods out from underneath the middle class? So, homes are popping up on MLS and going under contract within hours. And BlackRock, among others, are buying up thousands of new homes and entire neighborhoods. I've seen it myself. Now, Cultural Husbandry doesn't just speculate on Twitter about the reality of this massive buying, as the commentator has shared a myriad of sources showing that mega banks are buying up all the U.S. real estate. And the Twitter account shared reports stemming from Wall Street Journal, Property Reporter, New York Post, Atlantic, American Economic Liberty Project, and Barron's, which all explain that real estate wants to be your new landlord. The Great Reset is real. It's happening. This will be the greatest transfer of wealth and the greatest consolidation of power in the history of mankind. So, estimates show the U.S. Federal Reserve's 2020 M1 increase eclipsed 2 centuries of USD creation. It is also estimated that 24 to 30% of all USD was created in 2020 and Q1 2021. Moreover, the central bank's M1 chart posted on the Fed's website was discontinued. In recent times, inflation has gripped the American economy and the US dollar has been very weak. And we know this. We've been talking about this for how long? Investigative reports and data now show that the M1 expansion found its way into the U.S. real estate market, and the banking cartel has captured a lot of property during the last year. Despite a few reverse repos, mortgage-backed securities, or MBS, are being held tight by the Federal Reserve. In fact, as of June 2nd, 2021, the U.S. Central Bank owns 21% of all the mortgage bonds in America. Stats show the Fed purchased more than $100 billion per month in MBS. Sorry about that, kitty quake. From lenders and megabanks. The Fed has been aggressively buying MBS, or mortgage-backed securities, okay? Another clear example of how artificially pumping liquidity in an assets creates bubbles and issues down the line. This is not healthy. So the Federal Reserve's own statistical data shows the American Central Bank owns $2.273 trillion in MBS. Wow. Well, before Rona made headlines in the U.S., right? Central banks worldwide invoked massive monetary easing policy changes. Alongside this, well before Rona, the Federal Reserve and Wall Street banks were buying up retail and commercial properties in the form of mortgage-backed securities. Financial columnist Joy Withermuth from Market Watch, she reported on the Fed's MBS purchases back in November of 2019. Nice, sweetheart. When the bank was buying around $30 billion a month in MBS. Can you imagine just having $30 billion a month? Here, just buy. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Now, she stated that the Fed's goal is to eventually shed its MBS holdings. But instead of shedding MBS, the central bank tripled its real estate buying. What if banks are becoming insolvent due to a year of mortgages not getting paid? Someone's going to have to bail them out. So now I get it. Now I see why you guys have been wanting me to touch on this for so long. And now I did. So there you go. It's amazing, isn't it? And just remember, while you're shopping for your preps, keep an eye on the baking aisles and the baby aisles. Once you see them start to go down, there's not much time left. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always,